So the next we'll have all the way from Romania, Roxana, who is a transformational speaker and NLP trainer. And I'm very thankful to work with Roxana a few times on the Europe event. And she's been to all my networking events, actually, all of it. And she is very supportive. And today she will share with us as well. So Roxana, you can take away.
Thank you so much, Bob. You know, I cannot miss any of your events. They're so fun and educational at the same time, and that's why I always love sharing all these links because there's just so much to learn. And Abel, your presentation was outstanding. Once again, I love listening to I could listen to you talk for hours. I could not get enough. So thank you for sharing all these wonderful insights and getting so personal with us because at the end of the day we connect with people, we connect with their hearts, so it's so important to have your wisdom with us every single time. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to teach you for a few minutes, for 5 minutes, about making decisions in business despite fear. As Abel said, what a great introduction to fear. Fear is normal, it's natural. That's why we need to treat it as the weather. Can you change the weather? Not really, but you can use it to your advantage. Don't go on a picnic if it's raining. You can also use your mindset to have a different perspective on this very natural and very normal feeling that actually keeps us safe. I'm going to share my screen and hopefully it is working. Yes. Okay. Starting the presentation. Oh my goodness, yes, it's working. I had a different live event a few hours ago and we had to take it in 3 turns. And this one is working properly in the first try, so very happy about this. Now, a bit about my background. Long story short, I waited 8 full years until I made a real life decision to move from a job that I didn't like anymore. It was awful. It was a lot of mental pain for me because mentally I had already made the decision that I don't want this job anymore. I wasn't feeling challenged anymore. I was doing the same thing over and over again for 6 full months. But when I actually thought about getting into action, my thoughts were, oh my goodness, what are other people going to say? What is my family going to say that I'm going to leave this nice paid job to go into something that is more challenging, like starting my own business? And I kept thinking on and off about quitting, and then another fear came along. What if I fail? What if I lose money? What if I'm going to be a huge loser with my professional life? So, yes, 8 full years had passed by until at one point I got health issues. At 26 years young, I had to completely change my entire
Recording in progress.
career because I had a heart disease and I kind of got the same medicine as my grandmother would have for this heart issue. And then I said, okay, I really need to do something right now. And I was so grateful for this because this disease that I had was the final push that I needed to actually move into action. Now, making fulfilling decisions in business despite fear is so much easier than you think because, as I said earlier, fear is so natural. Fear is part of us. It gives you that amount of consciousness as well into taking care of your own body, because if we wouldn't feel fear at all, let me tell you this, we would be having our shoes tying on the crossroad when cars would be walking around. So we need to have fear. Fear is a very great ally when it comes to assessing your environment. Yes, it does happen in many unwanted situations, as let's say that you are about to start a meeting. Something happens with your body. You are not that confident person anymore. You feel like you are stuck, you are blocked, and you have no idea how to move from that state. Your stomach starts to feel strange, and your voice may be shaking along with all sorts of other physical changes. It's natural, it's normal. Please embrace your fear as another great metaphor besides the weather, as a worried mother. How do you treat a worried mother? You acknowledge it and you tell her, Mom, you are right. I could be having a problem. I could be in a potential danger if the meeting that I'm about to go in right now will not turn out as I have planned, or maybe as the expectations of my managers or of my colleagues are created. However, let me go and do my best, and if, remember this magical word, if something goes wrong, I'm going to focus on the spot, on the solutions that I know that I'm able to create. Therefore, I want to teach you today about the magical world of asking yourself the best questions. When you ask yourself questions, something magical happens. You get your thoughts from your subconscious mind into your awareness in front of your eyes. The only thing that you need to do with a fear is to acknowledge it. When you put it down on a piece of paper, and this is something that I always suggest you do, have a pen, have a piece of paper nearby. It only takes a few seconds, even if you are before a meeting or before meeting an important client or before deciding whether to hire someone new or enlarging your department. This is something that you can do in a minute. Ask yourself this. How can I do this? How can I have the best meeting despite fear? How can I have the best interview despite fear? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like this is a great question if you feel anxious. Having your thoughts written down brings you that full awareness that, okay, the problem is not that difficult as I originally saw it with the eyes of my mind. When you put it down on the piece of paper, seeing it black on white in front of you gives you at least 5 solutions on the spot. I suggest you do this exercise starting in the evening, a minute or two, and then when you are put in front of a real life fear situation in business, it'll take you half a minute. How do I know this? You may be saying, okay, it's easier said than done, right? Well, obviously, I have not only tested this on myself, but I have given my clients the opportunity to put this in practice, and it's amazing how they have even forgotten that they have had a certain fear. Now, before I go today, a quick and immediate fear and stress relief. Why am I feeling this now? You may be having a hard time seeing beyond stress, beyond overwhelm, beyond that feeling of, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I feel completely out of line with everything. I should just leave from this place. No, never leave, always continue, always keep your focus. Just get a pen and a piece of paper, or you know what? Even your phone will do. But writing things down is more effective. Just write down the answer to this question. Why am I feeling this now? Continue to ask yourself this question until you get this, oh, was this really the thing that I was afraid of? And you will have mind blowing reactions. In a month, your life will be looking completely different in terms of making decisions in business with so much more confidence and ease. And this helps with your self-esteem so much. I have a lot of free content that I'm so happy to share with you. I do live sessions on YouTube, answering to your questions on fears in business almost daily. I have a podcast I'm doing it live almost everywhere. I have tremendous guests. I have had the great honor to also have Abel on my podcast. Bob is next. You only get the best of the best. These amazing people are sharing their stories to help you create a better life for you and to remind you to not build a business, to build a lifestyle, because business needs to be a part of your life, not have it completely sucking everything and your energy as well. It was a pleasure talking to you. I can't wait to connect with everyone. And thank you so much, Bob, for this great opportunity to be around you and your amazing guests and to share a bit about Step on Your Fears.
Thank you so much, Roxana. And any one of you, if you have questions for Roxana, you can either type it in the chat or you can raise your hands. I will allow you to unmute and you can ask Roxana a question yourself. And thank you so much for your sharing, Roxana. So I love the point where writing down things, especially goals or fears, it works both on the positive or negative. It really helps to really process the fear and also alleviate the fear as well. So thank you so much for sharing. So Roxana, can you put your links in the chat? And for those watching on LinkedIn, if you're watching this, please comment as well below, comment live so that we can interact with you as well. So on LinkedIn, it's a bit of a delay. It's like a minute of delay, but it's fine as well. So all of you, if you want to watch the replay, it will be on my LinkedIn profile. And thank you for those who just joined us. Hi, Andreas, who just joined us from Batam. Hi. And for the rest who just joined us as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And Roxana just put her link in there. So please connect with Roxana on LinkedIn